Talk to me about gold. As we sit here, gold is trading near $3,000 an ounce, which is an all-time high. So what is the message gold is sending to the rest of us?
So I think the message is that, historically what we've seen is a pretty low correlation between stocks and gold. When stocks went up, gold typically went down and vice versa. That's changed. Now we've seen stocks go up in tandem with gold in the recent past. And I think that suggests that investors are using gold as a geopolitical risk hedge, as something of a fiscal deficit risk hedge. And so they're continuing to be risk on and have exposure to equities, but they also have an allocation to gold as that hedge. And so it says to me, seeing gold continue to move up is that investors recognize that risks are increasing and that they're okay with just being well diversified and being risk on but having that allocation. I should also say that there are other factors impacting the rise in gold. We have price insensitive central bank buying, which I think is a significant driver. And again is related to skepticism about the fiscal situation in the United States to a certain extent, and also as well as a reaction to sanctions and all that. But we also, I don't think the rise in gold though is saying that there's a big inflation risk, because I think historically gold hasn't always done a good job as an inflation hedge. So I think this is more about a geopolitical risk situation, fiscal deficit. And also, gold has become sort of a quasi-alternative currency. I don't think the United States dollar will ever not be the premier global reserve currency of choice. But I think for some that perceived the US dollar as a safe haven, and for some that perceived US treasuries as a safe haven, they're seeing an alternative in gold.